What's up, guys? Back with another replay commentary here. Today, we're going to be looking at Malians versus Chinese on Lipany. We'll be riding along from my perspective. I'll go to those per resource for just kind of build order, look at what I've got going on here. Now, I'm not great with Malians, still learning them quite a bit. So feel free to comment if you see any mistakes here. But this is again a matchup versus China, and again I think we're probably similarly skilled opponents. Both I think he's now currently diamond. I think at the time of this game we were both platinum. So you'll see I open up here with first 5 to the wood to make 2 passes, and then I get the pit mine down with 3 houses initially with the 6th villager that I start with, and everybody's going to end up on food here until I think probably 10 or 11 villas on food, and then I'll start moving to wood before age up. So just got the 1 scout, want to scout around, see what sheep I can find. One nice thing about Malians, as you get up and running, really get the gold pumping, you can start producing cows from the mill and not have to move out on the map. And I'll just kind of be taking a look here at just Malian gameplay in general. I know there's some changes coming up this when season 5 drops to kind of slow down their Farimba, slow down the healing on the scouts. Now Chinese typically have a pretty protected base with their TCs, and they can drop a Barbican and hand cannon slits, so it can make it a little tough to slow them down with just the warrior scouts. They are pretty strong in feudal, but when they get direct opposition, they don't hold up too well in fights. So we'll see if we'll be able to utilize the warrior scouts and give the Chinese opponent here a hard time. So I've got the 11 on food now. Moving to wood. The goal here is going to be to drop a stable as soon as we age up. So I'm actually going to age up with the Manticore. So no trade here. We're just going straight into it. I don't think... Yeah, we haven't gotten to his side of the base yet. So I wanted to kind of scout around my side, and then we're going to move to his side and see how he's laid out, where his secondary resources are, any vulnerable spots that I can try to run those scouts into. And you see I'm aging up with 4. And I moved 1 more off of food to wood. So I've got 6 on food right now. I'm going to rally to wood until I get usually about 8 initially. So we'll stay at 8 for probably quite a while. And that'll allow us to get production buildings up, blacksmith up, and additional pit mines and houses once we get there too. So again, what are we scouting on his side? We're gonna look for where his main TC is, where his resource, where's his backup gold. It's gonna be mining stone for 2nd TC, or what's his play gonna be? We can probably expect Chuganu. It's a pretty common build at this level. Likely not a fast castle against Malians, but like I said, we'll see here as this progresses on. So we're now we've got our 8 on wood, and we've got that adjusted back to spawn to food. I'm aged up, they're moving back to food. See, I've got 238 wood there, so we're gonna drop the stable first, then we're gonna look to start adding in houses on the main pit, and then the 2nd pit will go down. Now, again, my ignorance here and not doing a whole lot of research into a build with Malians, I don't know if it's better get those houses down first or go ahead and drop that 2nd pit mine and then start putting houses around. So we want to get this stable up quick. I probably should have, I feel like maybe I should have started the construction of that stable with 2 villas, so that's in. So we're gonna go upgrade first, and then start shooting some more scouts across the map. Alright, so we've got his main goal, we've got his TC. We're just kind of scouting around. Secondary food horses. Chinese like to move out onto the map, especially if they're going for that second TC. There was nothing on the stone yet at first glance. So we're still 8 on wood. We're gonna go build some more stuff. I think I'm gonna send him to go to pit mine. I'm not sure where he's going here. He's lost. Alright, so now we're scouting the back half of his base. We see more deer, a lot of berries, and his extra gold is all in the back there, so we'll clear that up. Alright, so we're now up to I think we got 5 warrior scouts. So Barbican's coming up. Again, anything at this point is just trying to delay and slow down a little bit. So we do see he's now on the stone. Hasn't taken much. We're going to try to just harass him and slow down his process there. So I'm Malian. I'm going to be on 1 TC basically. And we do get a lot of passive gold from the quarry and the pit mines that we'll have down here. Now, another benefit here too, we've got the Chinese making spears. Alright, those could be Chugano. Rip. So, unfortunately we lose one there. I think I might. Yeah, I lost another. So, not the greatest there, letting 2 of those warrior scouts go down. We've got wood to get the houses going back there, really get the gold pumping. And as we get the warrior scouts out, just aggravating him a little bit, slowing him down as much as we can. We're going to be looking to try to move into Castle Age here. Alright, so again, Spearman, he's locked in his base. We're free rolling on the backside here. Alright, so in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move out to those berries. Spent my gold somewhere. Okay, so we've got a couple cows coming already. We didn't have the food yet, so we could spend a little gold there. So where we at? Coming up on 8 minutes. We're gonna hit our age up resources pretty soon. He's nowhere close. You can see here. Nowhere close. He's got a little more military, but again, he's got spearmen. They're not going anywhere, and they're not going to hurt us. Alright. Now, resources to age up coming in here. Alright, so we got the res. Now we need to drop the Farimba. Alright, so here's where we make a big shift in Castle Age. We can also see. Let's do this. All right, so he's got another TC going down there. We have not spotted that yet, but we know he's taking the stone, so that's probably where he's going. All right, so as we're aging up, I'm now going to transition most of those vills, a lot of them off of food and a lot of them off of wood, over to gold. So we want to have constant production out of this Farimba garrison. This was supposed to be an archery range, so that was a mistake by me. So we've got 2 stables, which isn't all bad. We can start producing sofa out of there too. You see, I've already moved some vills over to mine gold, and now I'm going to rally to the wood line with the new vills. So again, we look back, we can see here, he's not even close. He is producing more vills now with the second TC. Alright, and we're up. And here come the archers. Alright, so cool thing about Farimba, it's strictly gold. Alright, so we can throw a ton of our supply at gold mining, and then still have a little bit here on food for the... at this point, we're going to be making sofas as opposed to warrior scouts and really bring the muscle. But what we also need to do here is drop an archery range so that we can get poison arrows for these bad boys. Alright, so there's this scout. He sees this. He's starting to wall up there a bit. You'll see here, sending those warrior scouts around. Again, just kind of scouting the outskirts, seeing if he isn't trying to do anything cheeky and get out there with villagers before the harassment comes. So see, he's got about 12 bill lead. We've got a slight military lead. Now, with Malians, we're on a timer a little bit. As the game goes later and later, it does get better for China. They're going to have a bigger villager lead, and then just their late game is going to be better with stronger units. So we want to make our move here as soon as possible. Alright, so now we've got our archery range down so we can work on getting these poison arrows, which should be there any moment. We've got a little over 1,000 gold coming in a minute. Now, if we look over here at him, he is aging up now with the astronomical clock tower. We're not aware of that yet. All right, researching military academy. This does give the 33% bonus to the Farimba. So really big advantage there to utilize that tech. Alright, you can see we're cruising here. So we've got about double the military. No poison arrows coming in just yet. So these are just regular generic archers. They are veteran. Other than that, no other blacksmith techs coming in here yet. Alright, so we're going to move in and try to be annoying, take out some villagers. So we're already at 3 vills. Obviously, barely cuts into what he's got for a lead. He's got an 18 vill lead. So we've seen the spearmen and these archers. Once we get the poison arrows completed, which is coming in, they're going to trade really, really well with even the Chuganu. And we can just mass them so quickly. That's right. As they pop out, we want to throw another set in queue. Got a little bit of a lag here. All right, so we got more archers or yeah, sofas queued up. Alright, so we know where he's at. He's not walled over here, but he has the Barkin. We've got a hole in the wall here. I'm pretty sure we don't know where the second TC is, but we know we need to do some economic damage, so we're going to try to move in here. Pretty good find here, catching those vills, complete the wall. Gonna pick off a couple more. Alright, we know all his secondary gold and all the food sources on the back here, so see what we can do. Getting a lot of vill picks there. So we're already at 9 vills. He's on 2 TC songs, so he's got 2 TCs and they produce faster. And then look at this disaster for him. Let's see, military count, relatively even. We've got poison arrows coming in just in time for the engagement. Probably kite these back from the spears there, but we'll let them trade and then send the cavalry to the archers. Getting under the TC there a little bit, not ideal. Not sure if we got, yep, got the sofa upgraded. We got the imported armor on there as well, so pretty tanky sofa units. Let's see here, we got 17 vills down, still doing a lot of damage back here. A lot of idle, a lot of dead vills. taking out his military, and then I'm just gonna mass up again on the backside. So we're pretty happy with that trade there, and then just where this really gets out of line is how quickly we're able to mass back up here. And then look at all the gold that China's raking in here. I don't know that he okay, I think he's under the Barbican. Yeah. Got about 1,000 gold left on that main. Getting ready for an engagement here. It does catch me sleeping with that nest of bees, so now we know that's a thing. We're gonna bail out of there a little bit and try to game plan here. So you see here, we're catching back up with Vils. Alright, we did enough eco damage there that nearly even up the Vil count. And with all of our passive resources behind. Let's see. So we're going to drop down Siege Workshop here in the middle and start producing Springolds to take care of those nest of bees. And then, again, we're going to go backdoor into his economy back there. You know, that's where all the juicy stuff is. Alright, see the military numbers here. I'm already back up to 39. He's at 15. So he's trying to create bills. He's trying to put down production and get units out at the same time. Right, so we're in. If he throws his whole army at us over here, we've got the backups to the north. See here, just happily taking these cows. Not doing real great with picking up these economic upgrades. I did see it throwing down a mosque. We've got him just locked into his base. So I'm going to go ahead and just start working with the map control. What do they call them here? My imams are going to be moving out to take these relics. I believe that I get all of them. Maybe not the one that's right next to the Barbican. Again, see these military numbers starting to mass. We're a little over double. And at the same time, his villager lead is starting to grow. Gotta drop a second mosque to make sure I have space to store those. So what do we got here? We got one Springled. And we got our army split. A little bit of army idle time there, not ideal, but see we're moving in for it now down on the south side. Well, we announced our presence here by attacking this. He does exactly that. He's bringing the whole army. So he probably thinks this is all I've got to work with, too. In reality, we're doubled up on his military. We've got Springolds, and now we're dropping Rams. I don't think he knows where I am just yet. Okay, maybe he does. He's just getting a nest of bees out there. And that was a bullseye. That was awful. We're just going to basically sacrifice these to try to do some damage on the nest of bees. And if I can get that second one, it's not terrible, even though it wasn't great. Do we get it? Oh, one last swing, we do get it. So a couple archers still down here, and then we've got this mass in the front. Just working away in the back, yeah. Again, Relic's coming home. He's going to move out for that fourth one on the far side. I do still have a couple archers back here. Again, unchecked. It's got nest of bees all the way in the back of the base. And I gave up on those. Right, so now, got a couple rams. We're going to start moving in. Again, even with that throw down there at the bottom, we're still double the military. Now he's sitting on a fair bit of resources. Not a ton of gold. I've had him off gold for a while back here. So now you see he's moving. But we're taking an engagement here. We got the poison arrow archers. Just springolds to deal with the clock tower nest, clock tower nest of bees, which we've already taken out too. So that was huge. He's got a couple springolds of his own. He's coming after mine. Ooh. And the clock tower springolds take an extra shot. And now he's got to fight, and he's just very, very overmanned here. Even with his siege, when you look at that, they just go down. So let's pause here for a second. We're at 26 vills down. He's still up 20 vills. However, we're up 40 military. And he's got the second TC. Transitioning to farms at the same time. Did, I believe, make it over to gold, right? So, what's, I mean, at this point it's over. But leading up to that as a Chinese player, like, what do you do? You know, and I admittedly, I don't know that I've played one game ever with Chinese, so I don't have a whole lot of insight from that side, but just looking at the matchup from here, I do believe Lost American is a Chinese main, or maybe even only plays Chinese, and he's at Diamond. I would say skill level with Malians, probably like low Plat, but you can just kind of see here the sheer domination of the Civ, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, feel free to let me know if you feel otherwise, or if there's anything that my opponent did egregiously bad here that let me just run away like a freight train like this. So we're gonna take down that Barbican, pretty well contested now. Like I said, you see these archers are just absolutely melting everything that comes around now. Right. I feel like I ran pretty clean eco behind it. Obviously, I was untouched, so makes that a little easier, but I don't know that I had a whole lot of idle time or wasted time with either units or villagers. So I do think we played it okay, but just being able to mass that many units that quickly doesn't feel that great. So yeah, let's take a look here. Military, relatively even here. He loses a little more than me, but we just mass back up so much harder. So yeah, I for one am happy to see the changes coming to the Malians. Like I said, I just started playing them a bit this season. They were fun, but it definitely feels like easy mode. So, well, again, I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to leave a rating, and we'll see you on the next one.